AJ, I think in multitudes that Marina Rodriguez has been a clear contender for the championship in the strawweight division for a long time now, but she has just had bad luck. And there has been a popularity queue. There has just been people coming in and out of the division who kind of have that bigger name, that larger star power, so they get the opportunity. But you can also argue, AJ, that Amanda Lemos, somebody who didn't have the greatest luck in the beginning of her UFC tenure, has been on a rampage. And other than getting a standing arm triangle choked by Jessica Andrade, she's basically destroyed everybody within her path. And this is an opportunity right now, even though she is coming off of an interesting fight, right, against Michelle Waterson Gomez. This is an opportunity to win a title eliminator and potentially fight the winner of, it just depends, Carla Esparza versus Weili Zhang, that's going to be taking place here soon. How, I don't want to say jaded are you, but you got to feel for Marina Rodriguez, man. What does she have to do to truly solidify herself as I'm that number one person?
Yeah, it's weird, man, because I feel like we've been shouting the praises of Marina Rodriguez for years already on this show, man. We've been talking left and right about her, and nonetheless, the boxing is very impressive. And anytime when you can knock somebody out 2 times in a fight like Marina Rodriguez did to Amanda Hebos, I feel like you got enough star power going for you, but apparently not, man. I don't know what Marina Rodriguez has to do, except for now, she has a position presented in front of her where one of the most exciting, dynamic, powerful kind of new stars that's really come into play. Now you're facing up. You're lined up against her. Now we actually see Marina Rodriguez. Now I'm thinking you put up a show, start putting those long combos together, long-ranging knockout for Marina Rodriguez. I feel like you're almost undeniable for that number one contender spot. I like what you're talking about, Derek, saying that this is a title or a title contender elimination fight, because I hope so. I feel like these two girls are the ones we're going to be seeing going for the belt for quite a while. And with the shuffle up that's happening between Thug Rose, Carla, Wei Lee, like that whole top little situation we got going on, I feel like these two we're going to be seeing their names in the stars for quite a while, man. What do you think? Why has Marina Rodriguez not had that kind of solidification as a star? But Amanda Lemos, on the other hand, is it her fighting style that's really propelled her, or is it something else?
Took the words right out of my mouth, brother. I was going to say it right there. Okay, if you look at it, right, both fighters have 6 wins in the UFC. Right? It doesn't seem like it, but both fighters have 6 wins in the UFC. If you look at Amanda Lemos, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions, and 2 decisions, right? If you look at Marina Rodriguez, 1 knockout, 5 decisions. Why do you think one is more popular than the other? It's because Amanda Lemos cracks like somebody who's not supposed to be able to crack at 115 pounds. This is the real question right here, AJ, before we talk X's and O's. Marina Rodriguez's last loss was to none other than the current champion, Carla the Cookie Monster Esparza, right? So if Weili Zhang didn't have such a definitive victory over Joanna Champion, right, I think that this was the fight this fight shouldn't be taking place. It should already be Rodriguez getting another fight against the champion, right? She's probably clearly top contender. All right, let's go. Now, I think if you take it even further back, if Carla Esparza never would have won the championship and if Thug Rose would have had the championship, I think Marina Rodriguez would have got her shot. I honestly do. Think about it, man. At the end of the day, Weili Zhang, look at her situation, look at Rose. It's this kind of entendre over here. The point is, we have somebody who doesn't get the respect that they deserve and who I think is kind of getting overlooked here, even in this fight against Amanda Lemos. But let's talk about the other side. X's and O's, man. You have a switch fighter, Amanda Lemos, tall, rooted, ready to drop one down on you. Marina Rodriguez, on the other hand, she's okay going backward. She doesn't mind it. But this is the big key. Whose fight style, right, will pass the test of time over 5 rounds? Because I think Marina Rodriguez has that style where she can get down the first round, maybe even the second round. But rounds 3, 4, and 5, that's going to be her style, her pace. Amanda Lemos, she could absolutely end this fight in the first 2 rounds. But what can she do rounds 3, 4, 5? That's the question, brother. So give me your take.
Yeah, Derek, I agree with you entirely, man. It comes down to gas tank and the way you're kind of pushing the pedal. I think what you're leading to right here is Marina Rodriguez has that slow, steady burn where she's kind of easy on that gas pedal, if you will, where Amanda Lemos is bap, 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 just draining them left and right. But then with that comes the power. So that's where we're seeing the finishing capabilities, of Amanda Lemos versus that death by 1,000 touches of Marina Rodriguez. Personally, I like the Rodriguez style in this one, but man, you do have to love when you're seeing women finishers at the 115 pound division. Real super straw weights over here, man. Tiny girl fighters, but packing a lot of power is Amanda Lemos. Man, like I said, I like this. I like the technique. I like the skill. I like the smoothness of a Marina Rodriguez. But how do you bet against the Amanda Lemos power, brother?
It's hard. It's hard because at the end of the day, if you look at it, if Amanda Lemos says, you know what, I'm going to go southpaw for this fight, right? And Marina Rodriguez says, okay, I'm going to stick to my orthodox. Now you just have a target. She's going to be opening up heavy body kicks, power shots, nonstop, right? And Marina Rodriguez does have a little bit of a tendency from time to time to throw a lazy kick, right? That can get caught with a big hand over the top. Now it would be opposite in this stance. You catch it with the right hand, throw it with the big power hand with the left hand, right? But the point is this is something Amanda Lemos does all the time. And this is something that Marina Rodriguez does all the time. So when it comes down to it, anybody can get caught. It's a fist fight after all, right? But you got to bank on experience. And this is the key that I want to talk about before we jump into the actual betting perspective of it, right? Marina Rodriguez, clearly a striker. Amanda Lemos, primarily a striker, but we know she got a little ground game too. But so this is what's going through my mind. I'm like, okay, what are the odds that Amanda Lemos says, I'm not going full on striker mode. I want to showcase a little bit of my grappling and I want to control you on the ground. I'm like, that's an issue. But let's look at Marina Rodriguez's repertoire, her record, right? Look at who she's fought recently. Win over Yan Xiaonan, aged very well. Win over Mackenzie Dern, aged very well. Win over Amanda Hemos, where she knocked her out twice, aged very well. Michelle Waterson Gomez, who now all of a sudden is really leaning into the grappling, right? Karate hottie no more. Grappling hottie now, right? Aged very well, man. Tisha Torres, a win over her. Cynthia Calvillo has a draw. Only lost recently. Carla Esparza, brother. So I'm not really as concerned given that style. If you could, I mean, Mackenzie Dern doesn't have great wrestling, right? But when she gets you on the ground, it's a wrap. Amanda Lemos, I don't think possesses those same powers. So I do think the game plan will be knock her out. I don't know if she can win a decision against Marina Rodriguez given how talented she is. But you tell me, man, is that a similar concern of yours? Do you see the fight taking place a little bit of a different way? Or, how does it line up for you?
Derek, the only concern I really see with it are those betting odds right there, man. See that TKO for Amanda Lemos? Blows my mind that the odds makers think that Marina Rodriguez has a better chance of knocking out Amanda Lemos. Because I'm with you, man. I think if we're gonna see a knockout, we're gonna see a finish. It's gonna be from the Lemos camp. And then if we're seeing a classical, technical, put fist to your face kind of fight, that's the Rodriguez fight for me, and that's the way I see it going down. I Maybe we're seeing something different. Yeah. Maybe not. I mean, I think when you said Amanda Lemos can catch a kick and then come over with that big power, that right there, I was literally having deja vu. It was like, oh shit, we've seen that before. That can't happen. Yes. We can see a knockout coming that way. Personally, I like that decision. I mean, I don't know about you.
And it's tough because it's still, even to this point, right? This is the point, right? Where it's like we'll say this is who we pick, but we kind of talk it out and then we say this is how I think that they're going to win. And even when I talk it out, I could see Rodriguez winning a decision. I could see Lemos winning via knockout. I could see Lemos winning via submission. I could see Marina Rodriguez winning via knockout. Maybe not a one-hitter quitter, but a TKO, round 4, right? Where you're just like drawing it out and you get her to the spot. Bro, Marina Rodriguez starts dropping some elbows on you. It's going to be a very, very long night, right? At the end of the day, man, I think this is a very fun stylistic clash, but the final question that we have to ask ourselves here, winner of this fight, what is the future looking like for him? Marina Rodriguez wins this fight. You have no choice. You have to literally fight the winner of Zhang versus Esparza, right?
Oh, 100%. I actually think this is one of the rare occasions where both fighters are going to have that kind of option, man. I feel like Amanda Lemos at this point, especially if she gets a finish on Rodriguez, with how deserving of an opportunity Rodriguez is, I feel like Lemos comes in and swoops it with the win right here.
And think about it. Marina Rodriguez last loss to the champion. Lemos last loss is to Jessica Andrade, former champion, who's fighting at 125 pounds, who is about to try to fight for the 125-pound championship. Brother, I mean, this is just like top high level. That's why I say this is such a sleeper main event right here. At the end of the day, we got to talk about the bread and butter, though, man. I like Marina Rodriguez here. It's hard to bet against that experience, even though they both have similar numbers record-wise and all that stuff. It's hard to bet against Marina Rodriguez, who we've doubted time and time and time again, and she has done nothing but show up against the best opposition. I like Marina Rodriguez. Give me the decision victory right here. Better safe than sorry. And clearly, decision. I'm taking the over. Over and under on this fight is, drum roll, 4.5 rounds, brother. Obviously, right? But if you had to guess, what's the over? Is it over, or like what's the odds? Is it favored to go over or to go under?
Over.
Under, brother. But I'm taking the over anyways. I don't care. Let's go. How you got it?
I'm with you, Derek. I'm taking the over as well. I'm taking Marina Rodriguez by points. It makes a lot of sense to me. But don't be surprised, folks, if we're able to see a finish coming in this fight. One side or the other, I feel like that's more of a coin toss here, but I'm rocking with the 125 decision for Marina Rodriguez.
Plus 125 it is. Money in the bank right there. You got to love it. All right.